you live on a spinning ball. Please be the first one today, man.
I don't know, man.
You don't know? You're just with it, right?
It's definitely flat.
Oh, you're with me that it's flat, man? You've looked into it?
Yeah.
Holy, wow. It's sad, man. People don't want to hear it. They don't even want to discuss it.
Yeah.
Not like it's New Jersey's horrible. Like the mask. You guys believe that the coronavirus is real?
I don't know.
What, like so, but you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, 'cause I have to. I'm kind of at work right now.
Oh, you're at work right now, this second, or?
Yeah, I mean, I work
when
for
you come up.
market.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's a terrible thing that I see. I don't think there's really any real evidence proving that the coronavirus is real.
Fair enough.
I don't. You know, I mean, there are. Do you guys know there's over 1 million car accidents worldwide each year? Over 1 million. Do you know how many people have died from coronavirus supposedly?
Over like 1,000 or something.
Like worldwide, supposedly under 1 million, right? So coming on a year, maybe we hit 1.5 million or so, slightly more than car accidents. Did we shut down the world's economy because of those 1 million car accidents? Right?
No.
No, of course not. I mean, you know, and then if you look at the vast majority of people who they're claiming have died, it's old people, right?
Yeah.
And in general, who dies on this earth that we live in? Old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just a scheme. I mean, China was just like trying to stop America, but they can't start a war because America is obviously stronger than them.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's war tactics, but without declaring war.
Well, I would. Here's Earth. This is a website, Flat Earth 101. YouTube is now actively hiding, like any information that would maybe free your mind from the mental slavery that they have indoctrinated us into in the school system.
They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah. So I would argue to you. My argument would be, I would look into whether or not these countries truly are against one another, or maybe are they just playing good cop, bad cop with us. So it keeps us in a state of fear. And when you're in a state of...
I mean, China's always wanted to be a superpower.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, since the beginning, since the Nazis.
Right.
That's why they teamed up with the Nazis.
Right.
Because they wanted to be cool, thinking the
Have
Nazis...
you verified that personally, like, seriously?
Well, I mean,
or did the history books... Yeah. Because...
No, I mean, not from school, from just, like, the internet.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and that could be the case. I could be, obviously I can be wrong about a lot of things.
I didn't learn a lot in school.
Let me check this out. Do you have a driver's license?
No.
All right. When you get a driver's license, or when you have any legal documents sent to you, or any information regarding your utilities or anything like that, your name will always be in all capital letters.
Yeah.
Always. Well, all capital letters is not how we spell our own names, right? I don't spell my name with all capitals. I spell it using upper and lowercase. That's our English language. Well, what happens is that all capital letters is representing a corporate identity for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the same thing with the Social Security. It's like a barcode.
Yeah, exactly. They get you into their corporate system, and by doing so, we lose certain rights, our natural rights. And like, you know how when you're working for the farmer's market, they have a set of rules for you, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you identify yourself as being an employee of the United States corporation using your all caps letter name, you have to abide their rules, not their laws, man. That's why they can give you summons you to their little court system, which is a bunch of, another lie. It's so complicated.
Honestly, though, like I don't be like waking up in the morning wanting to stress.
Yeah.
So you just gotta kind of like...
I don't want it either, man, but look around. Look at how many people are wearing masks voluntarily, bro.
That shit don't hurt me.
No, it will, but no. Wait, it doesn't today, right? Do you know what's next on their little agenda? They are already saying that in order to travel, that you're going to need a document telling you that you've been vaccinated, telling that you are now safe to travel. So it's just one more freedom limitation that they're imposing. So well, I mean, what's the next freedom limitation, right?
I mean, I just be doing whatever I want. I'm already free in mind and spirit.
Well, that's true. So if you are free in mind and spirit, it does help.
Yeah, I just be chilling. Like I understand like the main.
I like your point.
But like, I'm not trying to wake up every day and just be like, fuck, this world sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it does, man. It really, and I mean,
but like, what they say, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And I'm not ignorant.
No.
But still, like, I'm not gonna.
See, I have stuff on the Holocaust gas chambers being a lie over there, man. That one blows people's minds, and literally, they think that I'm all for hate, and I'm not. But I'm not gonna hide the truth. I'm not gonna be fearful. They want us to be fearful of opening our mouths to the truth. If anybody has any questions or wants to complain to me about some of my beliefs, I understand it. I'm not here to agitate you. I feel so strongly about the truth that I'm willing to be ridiculed, and that's fine with me. Both these gentlemen here also believe that we don't live on a spinning ball. So there is quite a number. I've just bumped into them.
No, I was just trolling. I actually.
Oh, you are?
I believe we live on a sphere.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Damn, man. So you lied to me?
No, I was just fucking.
No, that's lying,
but
bro.
No. I mean, all that other shit I said was genuine.
Yeah.
But it was just like living on flat Earth.
Yep.
Well, here, let me look at this card.
Yep. Have you investigated flat Earth then, or no?
I mean.
Condemnation. By the way, guys, I'm not being argumentative, but there's a great saying that I apply this to the first 44 freaking years of my life, and the saying goes, "There's a principle which will keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That is a bar against all proofs, and that principle is
sorry to cut you off.
That principle is condemnation before investigation." So you know what I mean? And I know you do sound very open-minded, and I truly hope that maybe you go to that the Flat Earth 101.
Well, I mean, looking at it, so in theory, you're saying this is Earth, right?
It's a possibility. I don't have evidence.
Earth,
I don't
this
have.
isn't flat. This is a dome.
Well, no, the Earth itself. You see the
I mean,
terra
there's
firma.
still an atmosphere.
Right.
Therefore, is a part of the Earth.
Okay.
Which therefore would make it round.
If you want to call it a dome, that's fine. However you want to call it, but I'm saying that
It's not a
Earth,
sphere.
as far as being a sphere, right, and spinning, that to me is.
The reason why I would say it's a sphere is because we live in a third dimension, as far as we have width, length, and the ability to walk through things. That's why we need to live on a sphere.
Okay.
That's the only. As far as ants.
But are you sure there's only 3 dimensions?
No, there's more dimensions, but there's dimensional beings that we can't
I mean, I don't
see.
know for sure either, but I suppose there might be. I would just say this.
Math.
Before you try to protect your current belief that was literally programmed into you at age, what, 4 or 5 when we go to school?
Nah, I didn't really learn shit from school.
Well, but I know, but just by the nature of school and TV and television and the movies and your parents, they all believe they live on a sphere, right?
Yeah, but no,
most of them do.
I got my
what did
beliefs
your parents
myself.
believe?
Hell, man, they still believe, although they're literally becoming more open-minded because of, I've shown them so many things. Guys, do you have a phone right now?
Mine's actually dead.
Okay, man, I appreciate it. Check that out, Flat Earth 101. They hide the stuff on YouTube, which is crazy, right? A couple things that are,
How does the sun work?
How does the sun work?
Yeah,
this is kind of like the representation. There's a great app. It's Flat Earth Sun Moon app that he has videos that are attached to his app. It's like $3.
Does that make astrology fake?
No, I don't think astrology is fake, man. You know what the Bible says, guys? This is interesting, right? I'm not here to preach to anybody, but the Bible says that the sun, the moon, and the stars can be used as like a clock. It works as an intricate clock, right? And it does, right? Yeah. Now, doesn't that contradict everything you would think about the so-called Big Bang that they told us that this universe came from?
I was never taught the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, you weren't?
They don't teach you that in school.
What do they teach you now?
They don't.
They don't teach you anything.
Yeah.
They just freaking like.
No, you just get like.
You just start off on a baller.
Do shit, really.
Yeah.
They don't start with Big Bang Theory or anything.
Okay.
You just start like learning about plants or whatever. You know what I mean?
Evolution? Do you believe in evolution?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Do you
You
not?
think we came from monkeys' butts?
Not necessarily. We could have came from fucking aliens.
Okay.
No,
Well, that's not really part of evolution. Evolution tells us that we
who's to
evolved
say that two
from the
aliens-
apes, right?
2 aliens didn't make something.
Oh, I'm not
that
going to say that. I haven't really investigated that, so I can't say for sure. But
Well, I mean, it's not about investigating. It's just, doesn't that make sense? I'm not saying it's true because it's just a theory. I mean, I can't go back in time and prove it. But I'm saying, wouldn't that make sense?
There's a guy. I was an atheist, just like a hardcore atheist, my entire life up until age 44. I didn't even think that there was a God, man. I was crazy. And so
who do you believe is God now?
Well, I'll check this out. There's a guy I watch, Ray Comfort, and he's like, he asks people, he goes, this building here, he goes, do you think this building popped into thin air? Or do you think that a book, right, with writing can pop into thin air out of existence do you think that could happen? A book with writing in it and knowledge.
I mean, you can burn it.
Well, no, but I'm saying, do you think a book could pop into thin air?
I guess not.
Probably not, right? And what does a book need? A book would need a creator, right?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that supposedly, and I don't know if this is true, but supposedly they tell us our our body gets, like when we are born and it has instructions, DNA, right? DNA that has instructions that tells our body what to grow, when to grow it, how to grow it, right? Well, isn't that kind of the same thing as a book in a way? It's like literally telling the body instructions. And so in my mind, when I heard that, and first time I ever listened, because I was always so against anybody who thought there was a creator that I wouldn't even listen.
Who do you believe is the big God?
Well, right now I've read the Bible. I'm like maybe 80% through it, and there's a ton of truth in it. I'm not sure I can prove it, but
the Bible isn't even really about God.
Excuse me?
The Bible's not really about God. It's just about people doing magic. They're spreading the name of Jesus.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're literally casting spells.
Right.
And that's what people don't realize. It's a book about magic. It's a tutorial.
I feel like they kind of steer us away from magic. Actually, in the Bible, literally, I think there's a verse that tells us to stay away from the zodiac signs that you're telling about, and reading the stars, and there's
in
like
the
information.
First chapter, though, what is he doing? He's spreading the name of Jesus.
Right. Yep.
Reading the stars is helpful.
Excuse me?
You think like reading the stars is helpful?
I think that there's meaning possibly in the stars, but that maybe that's not meant for us to peer into. But then on the flip side, as like I guess an antagonist or against that, I wonder sometimes, are they trying to limit our own knowledge in that Bible, right? And because that would be my big fear, is that it truly is the control mechanism that a lot of people tell me that
sure.
it is.
No, it is. It is. You live by a code.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which every human should have their own moral code. You shouldn't need a book to inform you.
I'm David, by the way, guys. I really appreciate you guys chatting with me.
Who's that? Hi, that's Val.
Hey Val.
So if you get a chance, I would, this could be another thing that, I don't know if you saw some of my other stuff there, but these school shootings, I believe those are all trauma-based, fake mind. Yeah, okay, you're there already?
I mean, the idea with that is...
Damn, that was really brutal of you to freaking give me the troll on the flat earth, man. I have to put that up now, I'm going to be looking like a jerk. Everyone's going to be laughing at me, but that's all right.
Nah, it's cool.
That's all right. Thanks for making me look like a douche.
I'm for the people. Nah, you're cool.
I'm with you,
I
man.
respect your ideas. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, nah, the Earth is round.
Like,
Because
I've
never seen the fucking Earth. You know what I mean? Like you said, how do you know?
I've never run outer space.
Yeah.
Are you on the same opinion in school shootings that they're freaking all fake?
I can definitely see that happening.
Because look, the idea is, have you seen Inception? Have you seen the movie Inception?
Yeah.
So you know how in the movie they were planting ideas in people. So that's basically what they're doing with the fake school shootings. They're planting the idea that we shouldn't have guns. We shouldn't be bearing arms. So then when they take away our guns, and then martial law comes,
they got
nothing.
you, right?
Yeah,
how you gonna fight back? Real quick, my channel is Zoom Truth on YouTube, guys. If either of you ever would want to come on, I am really trying to start to follow up with people. And maybe we have my friend has an app that he created. He spent the last 6 months single-handedly doing it. Phone
impressive.
app. It's going to be on Apple and on Android phones soon. It's a flat Earth. We call it like the Flat Earth People Finder. I already have a website set up for it. We had over 4,000, about almost 3,500 people who signed up on it. But which is not very much in the grand scheme of things. I was quite disappointed. But by the way that they hide when we try to advertise it on YouTube videos now are so censored, heavily censored. It's very difficult to get the word out. So anyway, it would be something that if you even if you don't believe the Earth is flat, generally speaking, it will be a community of people who are questioning things. And guys,
I just don't genuinely believe that everything that I'm told type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like at school, you learn that fucking what's his name discovered America,
right?
Which in reality, Asians came from a land bridge, and that's why Native Americans look like they're Asians, because Pangea.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like tectonic plates, they don't explain that at all. I had to ask my science teacher in like 8th grade, like, what the fuck, like how are plates just moving? Then she explained, and she told me that Pangea and whatnot, and they don't talk about that either.
Did your parents?
I had a history teacher who did talk about it.
That's fair.
How do you think you guys? How do you guys think that you ended up like? You notice how older people in general are going to be less open-minded. I think to ideas that you guys are kind of espousing. If you have any questions, sir, just give me a shout. I'm open. I don't mean to be triggering anybody with my beliefs. You know, how do you guys think? Because I mean, you're tremendously open-minded.
Wait, what's your question? I'm sorry.
Oh, just that, you know, how do you think that you were able to become so open-minded that we can have this conversation?
We broke free from the matrix at a young age.
Your parents, maybe? Do you think they helped with that?
No.
It was
Not
maybe
at all.
YouTube? Was there videos that you were able to see? I can answer any
for
questions
me-
if you guys want, by the way.
For me, it was probably like depression and acid and like
Or what are they?
self-love. You know what I mean?
Masons? Freemasons?
Oh,
Freemasons.
Freemasons, yeah.
They definitely make you question everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
for
me
sure.
into-
You know what I
got me
mean?
into thinking
It's
about
just
it.
a rabbit hole. So like
Yeah.
once you start to question a little bit,
Yeah.
you kind of
And
automatically
especially
break
when you're
free.
with a group of friends who
Yeah.
are all young,
Yeah.
you know,
Because
all
we
thinking
are
about the
all
same
like,
And you guys
know,
discuss this?
because it's obvious.
Give me
You
the chills,
look
man.
around.
It gives me a little
like,
bit of hope.
Just look
Even though I
around.
know there's
just
none.
literally look around.
There is none.
Everyone is just
wait
like
for the inevitable.
the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely
I mean,
here.
like-
They're like you know
They're in a
the
hypnotic
Matrix.
state.
You know
Yeah.
the Matrix, right? It's a code. You know, if you aren't that code, you get rejected.
Yeah.
And that's why all of my friends are rejected. That's why we all kind of came to these conclusions and questioned shit. Cause like, you know what I mean? Obviously we weren't made for the Matrix, or like we know who we are type shit. You know what I mean? Like know your purpose in life.
Yeah.
And as far as that goes,
You guys are still, you're probably in the minority of people who think this way among people your ages, or no, do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
definitely minority.
Yeah.
People our age are just like, what are
Robots?
you talking about? You're
Yeah.
like, you're making me think too hard. Stop
Yeah.
talking. Like,
Don't make me glitch, right?
Don't make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't make me uncomfortable, right?
I'm comfortable in this state.
It's tough, man, because it's like the most important, like, and it's actually, I think the world is so much more interesting now. It's like, what an amazing place that we live, where it's nothing is as it really
Even as
seems.
fucked up as it is, it's still like, well, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
And the other thing that's crazy is if these school shootings are all fake, and these mass shootings are all fake, is this place really as, like, horrible as they are portraying it? I mean, it's terrible.
The
There's
thing
no
that
doubt.
makes it dangerous
It's
is
definitely
humans.
disease.
Excuse me?
It's humans that make it so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the thing
Our
about COVID,
choices.
The thing about
That's-
COVID being fake. Who is she
Creatures.
looking at?
Guys, but that's what
Oh,
makes me
beat your
believe the
ass.
Bible like even more. Like when you hear about when you hear that the sins are basically, and I'm sorry, I'm not preaching, but like when
No.
you hear that lying is one of the major sins, right? That coveting thy neighbor's like their wealth, right? And like being jealous is a sin. Where all you do is look at women who you're attracted to and you only visualize
Lust.
them as
Lust.
meat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was guilty of so many of these things. Stealing, right? All these simple things are pretty much the root of, I think, all of our problems. And
Not mine.
no, not. But I mean,
I mean, sometimes you just gotta take what you want.
Yeah, no, I mean you gotta really.
grab
like
the
I said,
whole-
everyone
the
should.
whole-
Doesn't
have-
stealing mean?
Everyone should have their own moral code. So look,
Yeah.
if you're stealing, right?
Yeah.
You steal from fucking Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Steal from Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
You think
steal
that's
from
all
Whole
right?
Foods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeff
You do.
Bezos.
dude, these people, these
Right.
high,
So much
these
money.
high class.
what
people,
happens? What happens if another person who has much less than you and considers you extremely wealthy says, you know what? Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
I can steal from him because he is, and now you're not safe, right?
See, I mean,
so
that's a
that's
bad
called,
moral.
like, I believe that's relativism, and that's been introduced. Even the ball Earth, on a ball Earth, there is no up or down, is there? Depending upon where you're standing, my up is not your up, and I think that's part of their scheme. Is they introduced relativism, where it's okay relative to something else to do certain things. So it's just a thought. You know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Because Jeff Bezos, you're not even supposed to have hatred in our heart, right? We're supposed to have love for all of our brothers. Even that would maybe possibly change things. It's so easy to get
Yeah,
angry.
but that's not possible. No. I mean, I don't hate anyone, but
Yeah.
this country is.
You
born
sure? You don't hate
genocide.
anybody, not a single person.
Okay,
Maybe
I knew
my
this one kid named
parents.
Andrew Florio, and he was a douchebag.
Yeah,
but-
man. I know
I'm
I
a
have still
pacifist,
some massive
you know what I
hate
mean?
when I
Rich
get.
douchebag.
Like I'm complete control of my emotions though, and that might be from the horrific amounts of acid I've done, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
You have to be careful.
I mean, yeah, I'm stable That's fucked.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, you're a lot further along in your understanding of, I think at least, of what reality is than I ever was, far beyond your age. Like, 9/11 is what started to wake me up with the film Loose Change. You guys familiar with that one?
No.
All right, that video kind of got me started, and now there's
9/11
there's a
inside
great
job.
video, you guys, if you ever want to, like, I'm a no-planer now. I don't believe there were any planes on 9/11, and it was CGI. It was all a television production, just like all the school shootings, right?
I don't know. That's pretty complex.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I literally worked in Jersey City and watched the building fall myself with my own 2 eyes, okay? I saw the second one fall. So I was there, and yet I still have that. I now have that belief. September Clues, it's called, by Simon Shack channel. By the way, if you watch Zoom Truth, if you watch my channel, you'll be able to get this again. But I'm telling you guys, yeah, Zoom Truth, 2 words, and I'll post this in the next day or two. But literally, if you watch September Clues, it'll introduce some thoughts that you will be like, wow, I didn't see that. One of the things is that the plane,
this guy on a scooter. What a dumbass scooter. It's so big. He probably is a dumbass.
I don't know. I try not
That
to judge
scooter's big?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, you can just tell when people just aren't, not to be like cliche or anything, but not woke.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
that's
know what
pretty
I mean?
much
It's
almost
like sleeping.
everybody that.
It's like in
I've
the
encountered.
Matrix. The scene in the Matrix when he wakes up in the pod.
Yeah.
And he's in a battery.
Yeah.
It's literally like that. Like,
Yeah.
they're consuming
Yeah.
energy.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's awesome. We live in like a
Not
movie.
really. It's a shitty movie. I mean, it depends on who's the
It's an
director.
exciting, it's like there's purpose now in my life that's greater than
Nah,
that's
I
greater
didn't have
than
purpose.
that's greater than trying to earn a buck, man. Just speaking with you and now
Yeah,
who knows,
for
maybe
sure.
we have this
But
conversation and you
I
tell
feel
me
like
something that I learned or vice
everyone should
versa.
have a purpose beyond interactions with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my purpose is beyond this conversation. I was born to change the world.
Well, you're gonna do it, man. If
Yeah,
you,
I mean, yeah.
we help enlighten people
out
to what is happening. And unfortunately, though, I do not think that we are going to be successful in terms of the majority ever believing or coming to this understanding.
Yeah.
But it is truly rewarding when you meet somebody who is open to listen to what you say, and let's say they are completely. They don't believe a word you're saying right now,
They're still open.
but they start to have a conversation with you, and that to me is like, wow, this person is really testing their own belief system.
Ignorance is bliss. I've had conversations with people where they're like, you know what, you're right, you're making sense.
Yeah.
But I don't want to think about that.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna go back and live in the Matrix.
Yeah, I want to go back. I want to take the blue pill and just enjoy my little comfy, cozy world.
Yeah.
And it's hard to argue with that sometimes, man. It's not an easy thing to know what you know and to think what you think.
Ignorance really is bliss. I mean,
Hell,
it
heck yeah.
really is.
Yeah, you get to
The thing
walk
about
around,
COVID,
stuff your
though-
face with food,
Yeah.
drink some beers, look at girls, and that's your life.
The thing about COVID I forgot to mention is about the kids being underground, the sex trafficking, all that.
Yeah.
So the idea behind COVID, really, the shutdowns and whatnot, is because they're trying to save those kids from those underground temples where there's fucking rituals and shit. You know what I mean?
Masons.
Yeah, man.
Mason shit.
Jesuits are up there too, man. I don't know if you looked into Jesuits and the Black Pope, man. That's some creep.
yeah.
You guys have
Yeah.
looked. You've
All the
seen in Rome, the Vatican is shaped like a freaking. The inside looks exactly like a viper snake. If you just Google it on your phone and Google Vatican
Do you believe
snake.
in reptiles?
Dude, man, I was just watching videos last night about reptilian, where the people have their eyes glitch, and I'm like, man, I don't know, but I can imagine it's
eating
possible,
kids?
man.
You know about
It's like
them eating
crazy.
kids? You know about that?
Yeah, I've
There's
heard about
a drug,
that. Yeah.
and when you're a toddler, your body creates like this adrenaline. It's like raw adrenaline.
Yeah,
And they're
adrenochrome, right?
eating- Yeah, they're
Yeah.
eating children. They're drinking their blood. Why? Because they're reptilian. They need it to stay alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why, like.
And
fucking
you guys,
the
have you guys seen the
Clintons
movie
don't
with
age.
Roddy Piper? They Live.
No.
Oh,
I don't
it's
watch it.
literally Russian Vids channel. Russian Vids, if you don't, that's good that you don't watch too much of the stuff. But Russian Vids is he's a truther channel that he kind of helped wake me up, and he's been doing it quite a long time.
Enoch?
Yeah,
the
Enoch.
You watch Enoch? Yeah.
Dude,
Enoch's kind of schizo, not gonna lie.
Dude,
I think he's kind of schizo.
But Russian Vid says there's truth in movies and lies in the news, and so he has come to show me that.
Oh yeah,
like the Matrix, right?
Enoch
And
said some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah, truth in movies, lies in the news. They tell you the truth in the movies.
Or even like in
It's weird, man.
like in all of the movies, it'll be red versus blue.
Oh,
like in Star
right.
Wars, it's red versus blue. That's Masons. That's like
Yeah,
Bloods and
yeah,
Crips.
yeah, and it makes
all
purple,
Of the Bloods and
too.
Crips are
Yep.
Masons. They're all Masons. Like, and
So-
they're like
Dude, even on
portraying
Chef-
a war.
Chef Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, it's red and blue. Like
blue.
it's because like they're
Yeah.
portraying a war, but it's
Yeah.
like a puppet show.
That's
you know
cool.
what I mean? It's
Yep.
just a distraction. There's not the Bloods and Crips don't actually beef with each other. They all work for the same fucking person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're all just it's a show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we gotta break this
Yeah,
up.
man. Well, who knows? You know,
Yeah,
maybe
we gotta
if you get on my
work.
channel, if you guys ever want to do like a live stream or something,
Definitely gonna watch this.
please consider it because
Zoom truth,
who
right?
knows? Maybe we'll be able to meet up and do this together one day. There's definitely more power when 3 people are doing this, or 4 or 5, than 1. And I don't believe it's a waste of time. But anyway, I do
Watch out
truly
for
appreciate you guys' time.
Masons, vampires, and gang stalkers.
Yeah.
They're real.
Yeah, man.
They will
Check out
fuck your life
Jesuits,
up.
guys. Jesuit bullshit is creepy as shit too, man. The whole thing is. All right, guys. Have a good one. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at it.
Folks, those are just questions. They are, you know, things that are highly controversial, but, you know, there's a great saying, condemnation before investigation will leave a man in everlasting ignorance. So, as horrible as these things are to bring up,
Are you telling me the Holocaust is not real?
what I'm saying is that certain aspects of it, I believe, have been literally created and falsified.
Okay.
I didn't believe that for the first 44 years of my life. I used to watch every single Holocaust movie that was ever made and literally cry during them, right?
Okay.
So that was one of the first things that I came to discover about 4 years ago, that I was astonished that I could possibly be considering as reality. Yet,
I'd like to know more about this.
oh, okay, great.
No, just specifically about the Holocaust.
Yeah. Okay. To start with, it's kind of a math problem, in that they call the what are the furnaces that they actually would use to burn the bodies? They were called not flues. Blanking out. I haven't been out on the streets for a while. But anyhow, at Auschwitz in particular, at the very highest point ever, they claimed that there was 47 of these ovens that were operating at one time. That was at the very highest. The nature of these ovens that were used, they were brick. They were made out of brick. They can't be used 24 hours a day. There's no possible way, because the brick just can't take the heat. You need to let them cool down, right?
So how does this have anything to do with the Earth being flat?
Well, what I found is that there's deception in every corner of our reality, whether it be our medical system, our political system, our monetary system, our judicial system, across the board. There is a massive deception, and so including our history, including I have the photos there.
Is this your history?
Excuse me.
Is this your history?
These are just things that I've come to utilize that show that potentially what I was programmed with at a young age was not the truth.
Personally, you can have your own beliefs. Get rid of the Holocaust one.
Right.
Get rid of the Holocaust. People around here have been in the Holocaust.
People have. I'm sorry.
My family was killed in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that
This
people
suggests that
people
you
died.
are.
Yeah.
I would take that away.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. How you doing?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
Thank you. Hi, sir. How are you? You know, I'm about to set up the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Do you set up your tables right here?
Yeah, I got set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll
you
wrap
know,
every.
okay?
Yeah. I appreciate it. I'll move it up right now. I appreciate you giving me a heads up. Yeah.
More than anything, say,
How do we know firsthand knowledge? We live on a ball. You know how fast they say we're spinning right this moment at the equator? 1,000 miles per hour, folks. That's how fast you're spinning. At least that's how fast they tell you you're spinning. Yeah, they tell us we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, right? This is a joke. What is this shit? You know, there's a saying: condemnation before investigation will leave a man in everlasting ignorance. It's not a joke. Yeah, do you like that saying?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, do you know it?
Well, no, but I was just curious what you're doing.
The saying is actually, there's a principle that will keep a man in everlasting ignorance, and that principle is a proof against all arguments, and then it goes on to tell you that it's condemnation over investigation.
What are your other?
Those are some of the like. I kind of feel terrible like using their space, you know, and not paying. But I don't even think they would allow me to pay. Like a lot of times they don't want people like me because what I'm spreading is false, right? You know, when you like, I'll put that out for you if you want to take a quick look, because visual stuff helps. Or also another way to do it is like even on your phone, if you look at Google, Google has 3 different symbols that they utilize. One is the sign of Satan. Another one has 666. Google Chrome has a 666 in it. And the third one is Google Mail has a Freemason apron as its logo. You can look all those up on your own. The key for me is somehow opening people's minds up that this is potentially a reality, because we're all so sure of what we know, right? I mean, when we're young, when do we learn that we live on a spinning ball? That's a ball that's spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. We learn it at age 5 or 6 or so. Water, the nature of water for me, this one is very powerful for me. We know resting bodies of water always seek and find their level, right? If you have water and you have 10,000 gallons of it and you pour it down a little hill, it'll travel down that hill until it reaches a point where it can no longer continue traveling, and then it will build up until it levels out. How do we have level water on a ball Earth that supposedly is covered in water 70% or so?
I'm always puzzled why the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans have different.
Excuse me?
The Atlantic, the Pacific, Caribbean have different levels.
Different levels. Okay, I wasn't even truly aware of that. There's a lot, you know, that I don't understand.
So that's why you have that little profile.
Oh, this one, yeah. This is showing you how it's an elevation, and if there's a change in elevation, the water will go find its lowest point. There's that. We can see too far. YouTube actually does censor. They censor these videos, which doesn't make any sense for me. If an idea is so ridiculous, you don't need help by any corporation to make you understand that it's ridiculous, right? But yet, I have been censored. My little channel has been censored, as have thousands of other channels. Literally, this photo here.
That's your channel there, Flat Earth.
No, I'm Zoom Truth. My channel is 2 words: Zoom and Truth. And I don't even need money. I appreciate it, but I just want to, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, here's a card for you. This is Flat Earth 101.
I'm gonna take a picture, bro.
Okay.
So you think it's flat?
I do. I really do. And if anybody wants to investigate it, you can't find this information any longer on YouTube. Eric Dubay, I think, would be the great starting point. He has a history of Flat Earth. It had over 1 million views, and then they took down his channel and made him start over. His new channel then is heavily censored. He barely has 50,000 views on his new.
What about the globe?
What about the globe, man? When did we learn we lived on a spinning ball? What age? Right? What age?
6.
Right, 5 or 6. Did we understand general relativity? What is required to live on a ball and have water stick to that ball? Gravity, right? How many of us understand gravity at age 5 or 6?
Thanks, brother. Good luck, man.
Yeah, all right, I appreciate it. You want a card? YouTube censors this stuff. I appreciate it. At flatearth101.com. I think it's kind of trusted. Obviously, don't believe a word I say, right? You know how it goes. Thank you. I'm probably speaking too fast, but careful you don't trip there. I'm sorry.
You know that's a delusional thought.
Have you investigated, sir?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, you have. Good for you. I appreciate it. Then absolutely. Oh, yeah.
COVID is real too.
The what is?
COVID, it's real.
It is. Okay. COVID is real. He knows. He's a doctor, I guess. He has it all figured out. There's a great saying: condemnation before investigation will leave a man in everlasting ignorance. That's a good saying, right? I love the saying because it describes the first 44 years of my life. Condemnation before investigation will leave a man in everlasting ignorance. And I was truly ignorant for the first 45 years of my life. I still am for a multitude of subjects. So, Greg, Flathead Politics, he has the new Flat Earth People Finder map testing right this moment, my friends. I urge everyone to download it. How you folks doing? They say we're living on a spinning ball, guys. 1,000 miles an hour, you're spinning right now. Hold on to that hat. Hold on to your hats, my friend. They say we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour right this moment. That's hard to believe, right? It's kind of hard to believe, no? They say we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, folks. The sun circling the Earth circling the sun at 66,000 miles an hour, while the sun is traveling 500,000 miles an hour. We know the nature of water always seeks and finds its level, right?
I go straight. Rest is flat. It just kind of sit like a lake.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Good for you. Stationary and immovable, it says in the Bible. Yep. And we don't feel any movement, right? I love you guys. Yeah. Against all odds, there are people walking by who agree with me. Do you folks understand that they tell us that we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour at this moment at the equator?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And while the sun circles the Earth, or while we circle the sun at 66,000 miles per hour. I almost goofed that up. I haven't gone out in like 6 months or so I'm super rusty. If you have any thoughts or questions or, you know, reasoning as to why some of those are incorrect, I know this one kind of can be duplicated like in a forest, so I don't think that's the strongest proof for sure. Crepuscular rays. I will, yep, no problem, I can move it.
I've taken rockets.
This is so hard.
Still curvature.
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
So I've taken model rockets.
Yep.
And video you get is a curve.
How high is way up?
20,000.
20,000 feet is probably, listen, I'm not going to deny that what you think you're seeing curve, right? You know Neil deGrasse Tyson? He literally is on video, and I'm not saying he's the answer be all because I think he's full of shit himself. But with that said, he's now out there shouting from the rooftop that you cannot see Earth's curvature from 120,000 feet. That's what he literally on video. You can find it yourself and watch it on YouTube, right? What's funny about that is that he used to not say that. At 60,000 feet, he would be like, yeah, like he even did a tweet from the top of Everest claiming that, showing, he deleted that tweet. But what people were doing, they were sending up weather balloons, like normal people like myself who believe the Earth is not a ball, and they would go up 120,000 feet, and they would have their little fisheye lens, but when it was level, you would see that there was no curve, right? So at that point, I think that's when Neil deGrasse Tyson, rather than try to deny what your average schmuck like me or other people were doing, I haven't done it myself actually, but you know these people who are putting up the balloons, rather than try to deny that they were showing there's no curvature, he changed the goalposts and said, no, you can't even see it now at 120,000 feet. And I didn't catch that until somebody had pointed out to me. I was like, wow. Yeah. I'm like, damn, you have to be always like on alert these days. So I don't know if that's true or not. I've never been there. I don't know if the videos are being faked. That could be too, right? Because I think NASA fakes the videos. Why couldn't my own flat earth people be faking the videos too, right? It's all possible. But the nature of water for me, the other lies, like you have Make America Great Again, right? Do you believe in that you're free?
Depends on what the definition of free is.
Yeah, that's good. That's a sneaky answer you're giving me, because I like to start off with that, because or ask people maybe, you know, how open-minded are you, you know, and then I'll hit them.
I believe in the idea of freedom. I don't believe that in our current society that we're necessarily free.
Right. Yeah, I am adamant that we're not. I mean, You know, if I think you can try to fight your way to freedom through the system, but you're going to have a hell of a time doing it. Try just not paying your federal taxes, right? Let's say you need money that year for yourself rather than for the rest of society. You're in desperate need, right?
We know to spend it real well.
And we do, right. That's another point, right? So I voted for Trump in the last election, right? And within 3 months after he said that he was against war and everything, I remember he bombed the base, a military base, and I was like, whoa, I just got suckered again, and that won't ever happen again.
I don't vote.
Yeah, I voted, and I never really voted. Prior to that, I voted. They got me one other time, and they get you, I think, into wanting to choose because they make either side such controversial that it can spur you on to I need to defend against those ideas. And meanwhile, you don't even care what the other guy's ideas are because you're just concerned about the other guy not. So there's that. I have other banners that bring up all these mass shootings, right? Well, I looked into them. I never questioned them before in my life. They were real as far as I was concerned. Well, with a lot of investigation and a lot of trial, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you would say, but struggle to overcome what my eyes were seeing. I came to the conclusion ultimately that these were staged events that are not.
They usually are.
Okay, so all right. So I'm preaching to the choir here. It sounds like
They usually are. Yeah. So whatever it is, any political party, any current event, whatever the case is, I try to get as close to the truth as possible without letting my religion or political leaning to influence that. I just want to know what's the truth, and more so, I'll start with what is the agenda or what is the purpose here. So, like with flat Earth, for example.
I'm interested in. I want to hear this.
Let's say the Earth was flat. Okay. Lied to this whole time.
Okay.
What would be the benefit?
Yep. And what do you think that would be?
Is it the globe that's trying to somewhere? Right.
Well, there's an easy answer to this, really, I think. But I would like to hear your thoughts. All right, I'll give you what I believe. That ultimately it's to hide the creator of that there is a creator. There's a huge amount I found that I speak with people, and they often will use relativism to defend their thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And a ball Earth is a perfect example of them introducing relativism as a means of like mind control. Because on a ball Earth, there is no up or down, is there? There's no true up or down on a ball.
Up or down on a ball? Yeah, sure.
Right? Because if I'm standing on the North Pole and you're on the South Pole, my up is your down, and vice versa. Right? It's relative, exactly. So relativism comes up, I think, often in duality when they're talking about, when you read about in the Bible, really, a duality. And so there's that. But when you hide the Creator, and I think they are. And it's easy to hide it with a ball Earth because you have the explanation is science, right? What is the explanation? That we had a Big Bang. And now a number of Christians will say, oh, well,
it's still a theory.
Right, yeah, 100%. But for most people, if you're taught it in, I think I was taught it in school. Some young kids today were telling me they do not teach the Big Bang in school any longer. I think they do. I think they teach you how to be a slave.
Fair enough.
But I hear what you're saying too. The Big Bang doesn't need a creator. It really doesn't. They've snowed a lot of Christians and Catholics into morphing the Bible into supporting a Big Bang, but it's much greater at supporting a flat Earth. It has over 200 verses. One verse is it's stationary and immovable. Like
I'm not familiar with that verse.
Yeah. Look look, if you just type in stationary and your Bible, you'll find it. There is, when Jesus stood with Satan on the top of the mountain and looked over the entire earth and could see every point of it. That really, maybe, given that he's supernatural, I guess he could see around a ball, but it kind of fits a flat earth, I think, in a more reasonable fashion. Did you find it?
I'm trying to find it. First Chronicles.
I got a really good one for you, too.
He has fixed the earth, firm and immovable. Yeah. Not stationary.
There's other one, depending upon the freaking version that you get. The other one that's a really good one, dude, it's in, who is the guy who originally translated the Bible? I haven't done
King James version?
not the King James, the original translation into English for the first time.
I think that was King James.
No. Well, maybe it was. No, it wasn't the King James version. It was. What is his
It
name?
was King James that had it translated from, I think, Greek and produced one of the first wide printed Bibles using the Gutenberg press.
If couple things. Do you know? Well, I'm trying to remember his name. But in Samuel 11:11, in that version, it was written in the 1558 or so version. In it, Samuel 2:11:11, it literally says, "On the flat earth," is the original translation of Samuel 11:11. And now that has been morphed into "on the land" and stuff like that. Am I okay where I am here, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move. I'm sorry.
You're a psychopath. That's very friendly.
So
You don't have to agree with everyone's ideas,
no.
but you can be.
But I mean, dude.
decent.
But yeah. Oh, I'm with you. What did he yell at me or something?
He said a psychopath.
No, he wasn't really. I got the answer. My answer.
Yeah.
It's because I'm always getting dizzy.
Well, it's certainly true that if you're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, right?
Well, it's good to meet you.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I'm David, man. It was nice to meet you. I
you
appreciate
YouTube or
speaking.
anything?
Zoom Truth, 2 words.
Zoom Truth?
Yeah, is my YouTube channel. I'll be
Okay.
posting it
You have a
soon.
good one. God
All right, I
bless.
appreciate it. You too. God bless. Oh, yeah, man. Thank you. One of the few. Just don't let other people see that, or you're going to be a psychopath. Call the psychopath with me. I thrive on the ridicule at this point.